So I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I've been busy with work and a lot of other stuff. So apologies for that. If you've been wanting to see my content, not that I, not that there's anybody, but still, I want to talk about this because this is something that I've heard for a while now that you know, basketball is not really a sport for us, or that basketball is so loved, but basketball doesn't really fit with Filipinos in terms of characteristics, like physical characteristics that we have. I'm gonna talk about that, and I'm also gonna talk about why I think Filipinos in general like basketball. But first, I'm gonna go read this. So, okay. How many times must it be said over and over again that basketball does not suit the general Filipino physique? There have been Filipinos in the Spanish league before FC Barcelona's Paulino Alcantara from Iloilo and Real Madrid's Eduardo Teus from Manila. Then there's pure Filipino born in France, Alfonso Ariola, originally goalkeeper of Paris Saint-Germain, now goalkeeper, notifications. Originally goalkeeper of Paris Saint-Germain, now goalkeeper of West Ham United, and also in the French national team. Then there's David Alaba, who used to be with Bayern Munich in the German Bundesliga. I don't know how to pronounce that. And is now with Real Madrid. And now there's Filipino from the Philippines, Sandro Reyes, originally with the Azkals and now with Greuther Fürth in the German Bundesliga. Again, I don't know how to pronounce it. How many Filipinos from the Philippines or pure Pinoys born abroad have gotten into the NBA? I mean, come on. Association football isn't the biggest thing in the Philippines, and yet we have quite a lot of Filipinos actively playing professionally. What about in basketball? Anyone in the NBA who's Pinoy, regardless of ancestry, from the Philippines? Or even Filipino-American? Nope, not. Aw, too bad. For all that focus and effort in basketball, there's hardly anything to show for it. While in football, despite not much effort, we have produced players from the Philippines who excel at it. Internationally, we have Pinoy players with both parents from the Philippines who are coveted players by big teams. Sadly, in the same way that too many Pinoys are stupidly obsessed with maintaining the wrong systems that don't work for us, we are wasting our time with basketball when that's a sport for tall people and we sadly aren't tall. And this is his quoting Ian Giao. Now I don't pay attention to the PBA, although I do pay quite a bit of attention to the NBA. So I think I'm gonna start paying attention to the PBA at this point because people talk about it a lot too. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting point, and again, this is something that I've heard a lot from other Filipinos who want to talk about this. And the thing is, the heart wants what the heart wants, and basketball is the sport that is popular here for a multitude of reasons. And I think the main reason is basketball. Well, first off, like in the Philippines, I think the reason why is it's kind of a psychological thing where we kind of glorify celebrity culture, or we look for someone to aspire to be. And it's kind of weird with basketball because basketball is a team sport, but as far as the promotion of basketball is concerned, here's the thing. Basketball is promoted, so even though it is a team sport, basketball is promoted like it's an individual sport. And that's why all the stars are really famous, like LeBron, Kobe, Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant. All those guys, they're really popular because basketball is promoted like it's an individual sport. Whereas obviously in other sports they have their own stars as well, but they're not like the rephrase. The sport doesn't emphasize its stars in other sports, in other team sports as much as they do in basketball. So that's why you see, like, when it comes to like NBA news, you see athletes, like specifically individual athletes, they're promoted much more often. So like, like I said, Kobe, LeBron, Michael Jordan, all those guys. And I think that's why there's an appeal for it with Filipinos, because you get to shine, you get a spotlight, as opposed to if it's a team sport, it's kind of boring. Like as far as appealing to Filipinos are concerned. Now, some of you guys might find that like a weird psychological thing. Like, Hans, you're reaching, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? But like, bro, you don't even have to look at sports to know that this is true. Like, how obsessed are we Filipinos with like celebrities and celebrity culture and like when was the last time Soberano took a shit? All that stuff. We are, believe it or not, we are a celebrity obsessed culture. And much in the same way that we're obsessed with celebrities in the real world, in basketball, Filipinos are drawn to that sport because they are drawn to the people who are playing in it. Oh, there's another notification. Anyway, I think that's the reason why people like basketball here in the Philippines. Now, as far as his comments in like how qualified we are in basketball in terms of like physical attributes, he's sadly right. But basketball is the sport that we were first drawn to, and that's what we want now. So that's what people are playing now. So as far as like being obsessed with the wrong systems, I think that point is kind of a reach, because people just got drawn into basketball, then they started playing basketball. They didn't care about competing in the real world. They just played basketball, and that's how they started to like be accustomed to the whole culture of basketball. So I think this point right here is kind of a reach, although I do understand like how he got to that point, but it's definitely a reach. Anyway, that's my video for today. What do you think about what I said about celebrity culture and how it relates to basketball, and also what do you think about us Filipinos being unqualified for basketball? I mean, shit, I'm 6 foot tall. I'm trash at basketball, so don't look to me for an example. Don't look to me as an example. Anyway, yeah, political SALOT reporting. That's all for now. See you next time.